A lot of us are experiencing slow periods in our lives right now. You know, those periods where you are still doing everything as usual, you're still going to work, you're still going to school, you're still doing your daily chores. Your life is still the same on the surface, but deep down, something has already moved. You don't know what it is yet, but you know that something has happened. I call it the quiet season, the period before everything changes in your life. If you're new here, hi, my name is Dora. Welcome to my space to think, where we unlearn together. So, if you're in the middle of figuring something out in your life, you're in the middle of figuring life out, this channel is where you're supposed to be. I think a lot of us don't understand this season. We confuses us a lot, and so we started to think, that something is wrong with us. Because think about it, you're a little bit restless, you're a little anxious, but you're not depressed. You're not totally sad. It's like when you have a cold and then you've outgrown the cold, but you keep wearing it because you don't have a new one yet. You might even feel bad for feeling this way because you seem like you're ungrateful because objectively your life is fine. Everything is going well. You're doing what you're supposed to do. But for some reason, being fine is no longer enough for you. For some reason, it seems like you want more out of life. And so you find yourself pulling away from the things you usually do. You no longer enjoy your hobbies anymore because it just feels like you're in a loop. So you're just quietly carrying this confusion. And because, like I said, everything is going well, you do not know how to explain this to the next person because nothing dramatic has happened. Your life is still looking good. So why are you feeling weird? I want to tell you that you're not being weird. It is not ingratitude. It's just, I feel like it's discernment. You understand what I mean? Your nervous system is telling you that you have reached the edge of this version of your life. And so it's time for you to move on to the next version, to the next phase. So all of these feelings you're feeling, these things you feel, it's the friction of, remaining in a place where you've outgrown or remaining in a place you've outgrown. It is also not about avoidance. You're not being avoidant. It's not a lack of responsibility either. The way I think about it is this. Avoidance comes with immediate relief, right? So like you step to the thing, you didn't do something you're supposed to do. You didn't make the application, you didn't go for that event, you didn't apply for that course, and then you feel better because you did do it. At least momentarily, for a short time, you feel relief, right? A quiet season is different because there's no relief. You're constantly living with this feeling. You feel like you know that something is missing. But when you look outwardly, everything looks okay, everything is in place. And that's why you're not able to explain it to anybody. With a quiet season, you're not doing much externally, but things are happening, things are growing, expanding internally. You're beginning to see things differently. The things that used to slide past you before, you are not noticing them more. Your mind is opening up to possibilities that you've never thought of before. That is not avoidance or stagnation. I also think we misunderstand the purpose of quiet seasons. We treat them like waiting rooms. We're just chilling, waiting for that thing to just eventually land, wait for the next thing. So this is a period of waiting. But that's not really what it's doing. This quiet season is transforming you. Your entire life is about to change in a fantastic way. And for that change to happen, every part of your life has to be rebuilt. Because you cannot take your old self into your new life. The version of you that is about to emerge needs different things. It has a different perspective now. It thinks differently. The mindset has changed. So obviously, the way things were in the past no longer applies. And before any of these things can happen, something has to change. Your old beliefs, the way you used to see yourself, the way you do things, they all have to start unraveling before the new ones take root. So you might find that in addition to all the things you're feeling, you're also feeling grief because you know that the version of your life that you know is about to, disappear. Some relationships have to end. And so you find yourself mourning things before you actually even let go of them. And that's okay. That grief is legitimate. It's just part of the process. It's just one of these that happens in this quiet season. They are not comfortable, but they are actually necessary for the next stage of your life that is coming. You might also find that your values are also shifting. It's fine. Do not panic. It's part of the process. You would find that the things that are deal breakers for you are no longer deal breakers. You may also find that the things that were not deal breakers for you before are now deal breakers. You may find that the things that didn't matter so much to you, things that you could do without, things that you could push through, like tolerate, you may find that you no longer have tolerance for them anymore. You know, you are more strict, more rigid or more relaxed, depending on the phase that your quiet season is preparing you for. So if you're in your quiet season, here are the things you need to do. Number one, stop trying to speed it up. I know this one's going to be really hard because, I mean, look at the world we live in. In this particular world that we're in right now, urgency is rewarded, being up and doing, being busy, moving around is rewarded. So ambiguity would always feel like failure right now. But I want you to understand that in life, you cannot rush a lot of things. Otherwise, you break them. And this is one of the things you cannot rush. Number two, you have to be really careful about who you discuss this season with. Not everyone can handle this conversation. A lot of people will panic and even project their fears onto you. Some people would even try to fix it because they'll see it as a problem, see it as a bug, and try to actually like remedy it, try to fix it, even when truly that's not the solution you need. What you need, if you need anyone at all, is someone who can sit with you in this uncertainty without trying to resolve it. Something that can just wait with you, be patient with you, and just watch things unravel. So if you have someone like that, talk to them. You don't have to be so worried about the entire thing alone. Number three, pay attention. Quiet season speaks in very calm moments, in the leads of things, in the book that just, you start reading at the right time. In a conversation, you felt so deeply because it spoke to you in a way that moved you. You know, calm moments where you're probably taking a walk and then suddenly your mind is just so open and you have this clear vision of who you are and who you are not. These moments that are not dramatic, but they open you up to so much. Don't miss them and don't try to fill them up with noise. Number four, trust yourself more than you trust your fear. This one is so, so important because fear tells you that if you change, you will lose everything. Fear tells you that the people you know now, people you love right now, will not follow you. They will not follow you to this new version of yourself that is about to emerge. Fear tells you that you are not ready, that this is not the right time, that you are probably just imagining all of these things. And that is why you are unsettled. That is why fine is no longer enough anymore. That's why you're watching videos like this at whatever time you find a video, wherever you are in this world. You know deep down that there's a fire in you and that you need to get up and listen and start actioning the things that you're hearing. So you're not imagining it at all. I think the quiet season is one of the most significant phases of our lives that anyone can go through. Mostly because of who you're going to become when you come out of that quiet season. So don't fight it. Allow yourself change. Allow your habits to unravel. It's just preparing you for the person that is coming. I'm not sure there's a universal timeline for quiet seasons. I don't know when it ends for you, but I'm very sure you know when it does. And that's it for today. If you like this video, please like and share and subscribe for more. Also, let me know what you think in the comments. I would like to know about your quiet seasons, what you're doing during your quiet seasons, and if you have any questions that you think I can answer for you, let me know. See you in the next video.